Hey Taylor, when the Heat was rolling in the first half, they were shooting like 71%, and from there the defense just took over the rest of the game. What clicked in the second half to get you back on track defensively?
Yeah, I think second half of that first quarter actually kind of clicked for us. Obviously, I think we jump out to a 7-0 lead. They go on a run. And we had to call a second timeout, but I just kept telling the guys, just, hey, weather the storm, stay the course. We made a couple adjustments defensively, which got our guys, a little bit more engaged. Our activity started turning them over a little bit, forcing some shots, and we got out and started running. But credit to the team. This is a great team win. Really proud of Stones tonight. He set a tone, scoring, the ball movement. Santi with a heck of a game, but especially guys that haven't, really been in the rotation. Kennedy coming in, plus 18, diving on the floor for loose balls. Vince, I thought he did a lot of good things defensively, and the X 2 nights in a row staying ready.
Taylor, you touched on it with Stones.
Stones, Jitty, you gotta throw him out there.
This is why you bring him back and make him the highest paid backup point guard in the NBA, right? Like for moments like this.
Yeah, well, it's for a lot of moments. I mean, obviously a night like tonight, when 12 is out, isn't that one of the nicknames? When Ja's out, for Tyus to step in, he's had a couple of moments so far in the season with Ja out. This was definitely his best game with, Ja out. Obviously with JJ out, Jitty out and all that. But, obviously he's back because he means so much to us beyond just a game like tonight. It's every single night, the spirit he plays with coming off the bench, playing, with the starters, with the bench unit, just the leadership, his growth as a player, as a person. He means so much to us. He's a Grizzly. That's why we wanted him back. So he's got a huge impact on our culture, huge impact on winning. So that's why he's Stones.
Coach, obviously it's always been about next man up, but to be close to having almost a full complement of guys for the first time this year, what does that feel like from a coaching staff standpoint, and just looking forward to this homestand?
It means a lot of different things. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is just we're adding more competitors and depth to the roster. Even with guys out, we've just had other great developmental opportunities for guys. Our rookies have gotten a lot of opportunities. Santi in his second year has gotten a lot of opportunities. Obviously, guys are, sometimes playing out of position or playing different roles for sure, but that's all for the benefit of the long term. This year, years after now. But obviously, as guys are slowly rolling back in, getting healthy, it just adds more competitive depth to our guys that, can help us, win a lot of games and play really good basketball, night in, night out.
I think last year, a different situation, different part of the season, but you had that win over the Suns in April where a lot of the key guys didn't play. And you said, this is our chance to put our stamp on this and just say that this is the way that we're going to play. I'm assuming that hasn't left now as we transfer into this new season?
Yeah, nothing changes. I mean, day in and day out, how we approach our work, our individual development, our team development, the next man up mentality. I said it to someone before the game. It's not like we're walking around saying that when guys are in and out of the lineup. We just say go out and play Grizzlies basketball. We approach our practices the same way, our shoot-arounds, our offensive philosophies, defensive philosophies. We don't change how we coach. We don't change how we celebrate for each other. We navigate each day. So obviously that was a special win last year at the end of the season, but tonight's a great example of guys just staying ready. That's what I told the guys in the locker room, especially the guys that haven't played a whole lot. But that's Grizzlies basketball. That's Grizzlies prep. That's Grizzlies standard. That's how we operate.
Coach, it was a bunch of little things that triggered this win. What of the littlest things triggered this win?
Yeah, I mean, I got to give the Heat a lot of credit. I mean, they, for 48 minutes, were relentless in pushing the pace, outletting the ball, driving kick. We were in scramble mode way too much. Our communication was poor. We started switching a lot more, and they still moved bodies and the ball, and we couldn't keep up with them. But I thought as the second half rolled on, we did a much better job. I just kept saying in timeouts, guys, it's our shell defense. There's a couple of guys we want to run off and put them in drive mode, and there's other guys we just got to be sound with. And they did a great job getting 2 feet in the paint. We took away the corner threes. They kept kicking it to the high quad, but we eventually got a guy to get out there and take those shots away. So it took a while to get there. The Heat made it really tough on us, but the fact that we just stuck to our principles as the game went on, that was a deciding factor.
Taylor, so just from the past 2 years, X, he's gone from a guy, he's playing playoff minutes, out of the rotation, starting playoff games, and then now out of the rotation doing G League time. But the past 2 games, he's just really brought that energy off the bench. Just what is it about just his level of preparation and I guess his mentality off the bench that really has kind of helped him, make an impact even through those inconsistent moments there?
I think it's high level preparation on X's part. I've said it before many times. He's the ultimate pro. He's the ultimate team guy. When we've talked to him about getting opportunities with a hustle, he's chomping at the bit. He wants to stay ready. He's always telling us, I want to get opportunities to stay in rhythm, keep working on my craft, so when my number's called, I can go out there and help us win games. That's a credit to him and his mentality and his unselfishness, honestly, waiting for his number to get called. But he's watching film with his teammates as if he had been playing in the game. So when Jaren's watching film, Steven's watching film, BC's watching film, he's watching those guys, the points that we're making to them to keep working on. So he's not just waiting until he's playing to see what he can work on. So credit to him. It's his body, it's his game, it's playing 5-on-5, it's watching film, it's everything. It's a testament to always staying ready.
Just watching the defense play, it just seemed like the energy was, there throughout the entire game. But from your eyes, what did you notice defensively that, you held this team under 40% shooting and, kind of contained them for most of the night?
We made some adjustments as the game went on. We started switching a lot more. I thought that got our guys engaged, and as I mentioned a moment ago, our rotation started cleaning up as the game went on. But our activity was there. Like, we were flying around. Sometimes we weren't too disciplined, and they took advantage of it. But as we got disciplined in that second half, end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, we were holding to 16 points in the fourth quarter. I think that was a product of just finding our way throughout the game, staying the course. Hustle plays, block shots, diving on the floor, coming up with loose balls. We challenged the guys. There was a level of urgency and physicality we had to have in the game, not so much in the first quarter, but as the game went on, we found it, and that was a big deciding factor in coming out with a really good win against a really good team.
Obviously, it's going to be a learning experience for Kennedy with this year, but just what can a game like this do for him just kind of going forward? Obviously, playing a team like the Heat, but just the minutes he played, the energy he showed, you mentioned him diving on the court. What can this do for him, playing a game like this against, a team like that?
I mean, hopefully it's a boost of confidence for sure, because it's a product of, from when the summer started to training camp. We've constantly challenged him about putting in the extra work, the aggressiveness that he's got to play with from a defensive standpoint when he steps onto the floor, the pace he's got to play with on the offensive side of the floor. He's gotten some minutes here and there throughout the season, but a lot tonight, I paired him with Tyus throughout stretches of the game. It's just challenging him to get better and be super aggressive, and I think it's something that's going to give him a lot of confidence. He's been hungry for that, these opportunities and to really attack it, so it's tons of credit for his preparation, but it's just more learning. Obviously going up against a really physical, good team, he did things well on both sides of the floor, so it's watching the film, getting back in the gym, keep having that mentality to carry that out game after game. Great, thanks everybody. Yep.